Happy Pride Month everyone, unless you're a Disney exec. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Lize and I am a Disney plush collector from the UK. So happy Friday. It is Friday the 13th unfortunately, but this is the first upload day that I could get this up after buying the plush. I got it on Monday the 2nd of June and all of my videos prior to that had already been recorded. I did plan to do this one and the 626 day plush right after it, but I looked at when the 626 day plush came out last year and unfortunately it came out on 626 day, which is a shame, but they don't release it prior to 626 day, or at least they haven't in the past. They could surprise me. But we are here to talk about the Pride plush, which they luckily did release on the 2nd of June. I was worried about whether I would get it in time to film for the slot I had picked out for it, which was this week or next week, but luckily it did release on time. I feel like they haven't made much fuss about it because they are in some deep waters at the moment and it's completely their own doing. When they announced that they would be bringing a park to Abu Dhabi, a lot of people expressed concern because being LGBTQ plus is illegal over there and can be punishable by death, so it is not a safe place for Disney fans, and they responded by deleting comments and pretending that everyone was happy about it. So this Pride Month they've just quietly released this collection and hoped that people will still support it. A lot of people are boycotting it, but I did like this plush and wanted to collect it. When you look at Pride plushes that we've had in the past, I think this is one of the stronger ones, and we don't actually have that many Pride plushes, so I can quickly talk through this collection with you. So I believe 2019 was the first time I got a Pride plush. I don't know whether they did them before, I really don't think they did. They were named the Rainbow Collection back then, so Disney wasn't even happy to admit it was a Pride collection back then, and it was just the Mickey Mouse. And then in 2020 that restocked alongside a new matching Minnie Mouse, still called the Rainbow Collection. In 2021 we got a new Mickey and Minnie, so that was the first year that I bought two plushes because up to then I only needed to buy one each year. And then in 2022 and then in 2023 we got a Mickey, Minnie and Stitch, and in 2024 we just got a Stitch on its own. So this year I was kind of expecting a new Mickey and Minnie as well, and it could have been the year that we got other characters as well, but it seems that they want this collection to be as small as possible, be released as quietly as possible, which I'm very disappointed in, but there has been a lot of headlines this year that makes you see why they haven't done a very big collection. And I'd just like to point out that this isn't just a one-time thing. Disney have unfortunately been in the news a lot recently for trying to pedal back on DEI. They've cut scenes from Pixar movies. So every year really I feel like this collection is a little bit sour in my mouth because they're not really putting their money where their mouth is. So I would like Disney to do better, and I just felt like I couldn't buy this plush when others are boycotting it without talking about that. So I'm just going to do a quick little plush review. It is entirely up to you whether you buy this plush or support this collection at all, but there's two sides to it, because a boycott could be seen as us not agreeing with Disney, but then also it could be like, oh well, we made no sales on this collection this year, let's never do it again. So I do think we need to show Disney that we do need them to show up in Pride, but we need them to show up better in Pride, and it would be good if they stopped deleting comments telling them to do better. Obviously I understand it is a good thing for people in the Middle East that they will be able to have a local Disney park, but it's unsafe for a lot of people to travel there, and it's just been completely dismissed, and it's just created so much infighting in the Disney community that I've never seen when they've announced parks in the past. So this is the Stitch Disney Pride Collection Small Soft Toy 30.5 centimeters. I think that's spot on. I'm not sure, we will double check it later. He was from Disney Store UK. He released on Monday the 2nd of June and he cost £23. Now I did have to order him separately because he released on Monday but he didn't show up at the exact same time as everything else. So recently the website has started getting updated at 6:30 in the morning instead of 8, but I was in the office so I'd got to work at about 6:35 and I noticed that there was some Disney Store Japan plush keychains, the new mini Mixits which I will be showing you in July, and like a Lady in the Tramp collection. So I got the keychains that I wanted and I got the mini Mixits and I checked out, and then I went across to Instagram like I usually do to share links of the new things, and the Pride plush had come up. So I'd already paid for one order and I had to pay for this one. It's annoying because then I had to pay delivery, which I wouldn't have had to if everything had loaded at the same time. But at least I got it because I did really want this plush. His product description says, "Our soft stuffed Stitch is a cuddly, colourful fellow who's always waiting for your hugs. Wearing a black hooded sweatshirt with vibrant rainbow coloured trims and hood lining, our off-world visitor will be proud to join you with your Disney soft toy parade." So I like that because it's kind of implying the plush is going on a pride parade, but it could have been more obvious. It's like they don't want to say it. So he is in a black sweatshirt. He's a lot better than the image on the website, which you can see in my thumbnail, because the trim has gone up and kind of like cut off the pride writing, but that is not how he appears in person. Again, it's like they're trying to hide that it's a pride plush. They're trying to pander down to the people whose opinion shouldn't matter to you. So he's got a black hoodie on that's got rainbow trim on the cuffs and at the bottom of the sweatshirt, and you can see that the lining of the hood is the same as well. I do think you can pull it down. I'm just going to test it. Okay, it got stuck on the tag, which I'm not going to remove, but if you were a person that removed the tags, you could put the hoodie down as well, and then that gives you a better look at the lining. But obviously his ears go through the holes and the tag is on his ear, so if they put the tag on his arm it would have worked better. So my hood is always going to stay on, but you are free to take your hood down if you take the tag off. It does say Pride on the hoodie, and then it's got rainbow coloured Mickey balloons all over it. This is screen printed on, so unfortunately it's not tactile. You can't feel the word Pride, which I think would be so nice. I don't see why they can't just do that. And then he's got purple pull strings, and he's winking as well, which I think is really cheeky. It's a slightly different sculpt to what we see because he's seated, but then his hands are on his hips, which I do like. We've just never really seen this before. His tag says Disney Pride Collection, and there's a little bit about the collection inside which I'm going to read to you. So it says, the Disney Pride Collection was created by members and allies of the LGBTQIA+ community. The Walt Disney Company proudly works with non-profits throughout the year to support the LGBTQIA+ community globally. So I do like that they've used the longer abbreviation, but they used to specifically say that they would donate money off the back of these, and it doesn't say that anymore. It just says, oh, we work with them all through the year. I feel like companies are backpedaling on their values, and Disney especially should be doing all they can to meet that inclusion key that they talk so much about, but we do just need to hold them accountable and make them do better. The website also doesn't say anything about giving money to them, which is disappointing. But back to the plush, I do really love this sculpt. I really like the size as well. We're just going to check whether he is 30.5 centimeters. So from the tip of the ear to the bottom of his foot, yes, he is 30.5 centimeters. We have been having some issues lately with the listings not being correct, and for £23 I would say he's worth the money. Normally a plush of this size would be classed as medium and would be £21 to £23. I would like to think in my head it's 23 instead of 21 to donate to charities, but it doesn't say anywhere that they are doing that. But either way, I am happy to pay this price. Especially with Pride plushes, I would never like to buy them on sale just in case money is being donated, and also I do want to show full support for Pride. Like I say, it's a slippery slope. There's no right or wrong answer. You can boycott them if you don't agree with their practices, but I also worry that if no one buys it, they may never do it again. But it is a difficult decision and only you can make that decision for yourself. I do have every single Pride plush and I didn't want to miss out on this one, but I do worry about how that looks, which is why I did want to touch on the fact that some people are boycotting the collection as a whole this year. But this is the Disney Pride stitch for this year. I do hope this means we get a Mickey and a Minnie next year, because I always think they look better than the stitches, and I think this hoodie would have looked really cute on Mickey. But that is it from me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did, and comment down below what you think of the plush. I am not trying to sway you either way. I completely understand if you want to boycott the collection. I just wanted to show the plush, especially if you just at least want to see it, even if you're not going to buy it. But have a fantastic weekend. Have a great Pride month. I am having a bit of a month of only stitch videos, so I am keeping it up, and I hope you will join me next Tuesday for a look at the animatronic stitches that I own. So have a great weekend, and I will hopefully see you on Tuesday for that stitch video. Bye friends!